Hello, Wild and Bright Sanctuary. Wish I had my earbuds. Sorry about that. So, hopping on Saturday, if you were catching this live or catching the replay, I tried to start this last night and I think my battery died or something happened. But this has been heavy on my heart, and I've wanted to share with you a story of practicing core confidence. One of the things when I'm working in private sessions that I do that is probably a little unique to me, not all practitioners want to work in this way, but I will lead by sharing stories to make connections for my clients, stories about my personal life, if it connects, which is unusual, but I come from the belief, and have found this to be true when people practice it with me, is that stories are so healing. And so I wanted to share with you a story of practicing core confidence. Now, before I start this, I just want to remind you, because this is what we're practicing in this community together, what core confidence is. So what we're used to experiencing is external confidence, meaning somebody gives us a pat on the back for a job well done, and we suddenly feel like we have a boost and we can keep going and keep performing in the world. There are other times externally where we feel confident because we've received a raise or a promotion, or it's happening for external reasons, things that are not coming from within you. And so because of that, external confidence is fleeting. It's a wave. Core confidence is resting in this inner knowing and relying on inner wisdom. I definitely say relying on God and God's wisdom within us in order to make decisions and to feel grounded and clear, because we all have things that trip us up, that make us very uncomfortable and that are frustrating, or that we just overthink and we're like, why can't I solve this problem or this challenge or this drama that keeps coming up? And that may be with career, that may be with finances, that may be with friends or family, that may be with your health. So core confidence is stepping into the authentic you. It's actually getting out of the head and into the body. Now, the interesting thing is, core confidence, that is a phrase, a word, a description that is not just utilized by me, but what is utilized by me is how you access that. And specifically with my background as a pelvic floor therapist, the way that you access that is connecting to the pelvic floor, connecting to the pelvis, which I believe is one of our most incredible and underutilized superpowers. And when we connect there, we physically, neurologically are calming the system down, and we're getting out of the overthinking, like, what do I do? How do I handle this? And we're getting back into truth. I believe it's the quickest way to connect with God, and I have studied and studied and studied spiritual texts and continue to, and I've seen this stuff. I've seen it happen in my life, and I've read about it, and I've learned from others who have done this. Mama Girl being one of the ones behind me, Miss Mary Only. And so connecting specifically in this way, if you would like to learn more, I do have a handout and a video that goes with how to practice the technique of core confidence. That's also what we're going to be doing as we do the Live and Lead from the Core 3-month experience, where we are really going to be immersed in practicing what it is like to get out of here, get out of the scattered, busy, urgent living, overdoing, I don't know what to do for our biggest challenges, and get centered and hear the clarity that is there for all of us, myself included. So I wanted to share a story about practicing this, okay? Because like I said, we all have things that are challenging to us and that really get us. For me, one of those things, there are several, but one of them is with my older son who has some diverse abilities, and not surprising, probably relatable to many. How in the world am I going to school him this year in a way that will help him to thrive? Because I have lots of worries and concerns and fears, just fears that come up about what is going to work for him and be the best for him, and thinking way far in the future. Usually we're either like reliving the past or we're focused way too on the future, and I tend to do both, but I really get very like fear focused driven. Okay. And so I was trying to access my core confidence and trying to access it and like trying to get out of my head. But for the last like 2.5 months, it has plagued me with what to do. And so I kept taking one little step at a time, but I kept getting back in my head. And I do know for myself that when this is part of my core confidence, when I gather facts, like when I go to a place, like if I go to a school, then I will get a feeling for that. If I speak with somebody, I'll get a feeling, I'll get a gut feeling, again, tapping into the body, into core confidence, then I'll know a yes or a no. So I started getting into this process, but I wasn't getting anywhere. Like I wasn't getting the what schools to go to. I wasn't getting the what's going to work out with the internet for the virtual, or how's it going to really work for his speech therapy and his occupational therapy. Nothing was making sense. What I kept noticing and coming back to was I was choosing to stay way up in my head. I was so fear driven, and it was, the fear was just going, that it was really hard. And I was not taking the time to meditate. And by meditate, for me, that's also prayer, where I practice several different very, very, very mindful prayer techniques. One of which you will be learning at the Live and Lead from the Core experience. I wasn't doing those things. I just wasn't doing them. And so when I started finally making, I saw a few break in the clouds, and I was looking for them. I was expectant. Again, that was an example of core confidence. I was expectant of that. As I saw a few break in the clouds, then I was able to step back into those practices. I was able to journal a little bit more. I was able to see the overthinking for what it was and go, okay, I'm going to physically practice letting go. I have tools for that. And so I was physically practicing those tools. One of which is I act like I have a turtle shell in my back, like a turtle shell of just a ton of pressure. It's like a lead turtle shell, and it has like a clasp in the front. And so I will physically undo that clasp, and I will pull that around, and I will reach it forward, and I will give it back to the universe, to God, to the one that really can handle it, because it ain't me. I'm crushing under that. And so that is a tool that I would physically use to release. I would practice forgiveness to release. I would do all these different things, not too many things, and I shouldn't say all. But it kept coming back to mindfulness. I was using my positive affirmations. This is going to work out. Something's going to make sense. I know it is. And by doing all this, I kept tapping into my core confidence. I kept doing core exercises, tapping into my core confidence. And it became more and more and more clear as the days went on. And so I stopped needing to know the answer yesterday or 10 days ago, and I allowed it to naturally unfold, and in which it started to do. And so now we have suddenly a school, it was a private school, Montessori, that we, first of all, never thought would be possible for our son. Secondly, we never thought we'd be able to afford. It has all folded in beautifully. It took action, but now in my gut, I know, in my core, I know it's the best place for him this year. It's the best decision that I can make at this point in time for myself and my child. And my husband, Kurt, is right there with me. And that feels so, so good. So I wanted to really share that to you because, we all have that big thing. Like I said, it's either with finances or with our career or with our health or, where we're going to be living or family or friends, or there's things that come up or just relationships in general, personal, relationships, work relationships. And so these things, I want you to know that we all have them. and that it is possible to work with them because they are literally just that, challenges, and we just have to learn how to navigate those well so that as like the waves are coming, we're not just crashing. Okay. Then the other thing, and I really, really want you to hear this loud and clear. I hope I'm not, like, I'm probably taking way too much time. I want you to hear this part loud and clear. So interestingly, when I work with people privately, there's themes that come up in conversations. And one of the themes that's been coming up again for me personally, but also for a lot of my clients right now, is it's actually not one thing, it's two. It is reducing overthinking. So even though it might seem like you just want to, how do I fix this? 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 What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? Maybe I should call this person. Maybe I should do that. Blah, blah, blah. All of that, when you feel that coming, like literally like go like this and like shake it off, or take a breath, go take a walk, find a way to distract yourself, because this has been a theme this week for all of us that I work with privately to release this overthinking, okay? And then the next thing is there is something happening up in the world right now, okay? I think a lot of us feel it, that is asking us and begging us to release people pleasing, myself included. So if you have been a people pleaser, if you are seeing just how much it is affecting your decisions, I realized it was affecting me in my business and in my career, that I was wanting to put everybody else and what they wanted, and then I was getting totally confused of what I wanted. So there was like no cohesiveness there. So as we are going through life, notice if what is ruling you, and if it's pleasing other people, or making sure that people like you, or making sure that you're good enough, or making sure that it's perfect enough. It is time to practice releasing that and not getting so into that. Doesn't mean it has to be perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but to practice it. So, if you are interested in taking this to the next step, please join me and just a few other women, because it's a small group and there's only a few spots left, for the Live and Lead from the Core. This is a 3-month experience. We are going to start with a beautiful, calming, centering, practicing core confidence retreat in Richmond, Virginia, the weekend of September the 19th. And then we're going to be continuing with an online format. We're going to be doing 2 private coaching sessions with moi once a month for the next three months. And then we're going to be doing 2 group sessions where we keep coming in and meeting. I will be downloading from all of the things that I get from these clients. I will be then giving you all some beautiful meditations to continue to solidify into the nervous system all of the work that we're doing to take out a lot of the hard work for you. We have an intuitive eating coach named Wendy Taylor who's going to be offering some things with us. We have Dr. Brianne Grogan, who is a very, very well-known pelvic floor specialist on YouTube. She has a ton of workouts out there. We may even, hopefully, have a yoga nidra and private yoga practitioner who is going to be leading Facebook Live yoga sessions with us. That is like something new and exciting coming on. So if you're interested in this, please reach out to me. I would love to set up a call. The other last thing is if you don't really feel ready for that yet, but you do want to learn more about that core confidence technique and practicing it, please know that there is a download, and all you have to do is just tag me here, and my assistant Kim Grass, we can make sure that we send that to you. Okay, so thank you for watching today. I hope you really watched the whole thing or pieces of it, because there's some good nuggets in here. But I'm so sorry if there are comments, because I don't see any. Sometimes Facebook Live is not good for that. But have a beautiful day.